Hello, awesome people. Thank you all for joining us today and welcome to this demo of our upcoming game, Diamond Duke. In this game, we will take you back to the fantastic 50s. You will almost be able to taste the milkshake flavor, feel the grease in your hair, and hear the music from the jukebox at the diner. Diamond Duke is a real treat, and we believe that it has something for everyone, with both the wheel feature, the pick and click screen, and the high win potential of up to 8,000 times bet. Diamond Duke will be out on May 12th. Shortly you will meet Bjarne, the producer, who will tell you all about this awesome game. But before that, I would like to remind you of the customer tournament that we're running on Diamond Duke this week. If you haven't already participated, you can relax. There's still time to do so. The tournament ends tomorrow at 6 p.m. So take the possibility to grab that first place and become the hero of your company and win a surprise for you and your colleagues when we're all back at the office. Speaking of heroes, in our last tournament, Hero Gaming won. Will you be able to kick them off the throne, or will they continue to stay on top? I would also like to take the opportunity to thank you all for an amazing launch of Nero's Fortune and for all the marketing efforts you put into the network tournament. Just like last time, we will also have a Q&A after this pre-recorded part of the demo, so please feel free to ask your questions in the chat here, and we will do our best to answer them just after this. Over to you, Bjarne.
Hello, and welcome to this demo of Diamond Duke. It's our May release from Quickspin, and it will be released on the 12th of May. My name is Bjarne. I have been the producer of this game, and let me just take you through it quite quickly here. First of all, we started out, we wanted to make a volatile game. We wanted to make something like classical. So the 3x3 concept came to mind. We don't actually have a 3x3 proper game as of now, so this adds to our portfolio as well. You're basically coming into a jazz club in the Las Vegas Strip in the 50s, seeing this machine in a corner. There's a jazz band playing in the background, and you're moving up to it. And of course that comes up because there's a challenge going on here as well. We're not going to take a look at that right now. So what you're seeing here is the full game, and also you can see everything that you can win on the screen right now physically. We worked quite a lot with making this game feel like a machine that you could actually produce and make a bronze cast or anything you want to do that would actually be working, because all the parts are there. First of all, I mean, the grid is in the middle. That's where everything starts and where it happens. You can also win the bonus wheel, this outer wheel here, which gives you either a pick and click bonus, the star, or a multiplier on the wins you already have. You can also win the multiplier wheel, which is quite similar to the outer, it's just that it only has multipliers on it. The multipliers are from 2 up to times 10 on both these wheels. So if you manage to get both of them at the same time, you can get a times 10 plus a times 10, which equals that you multiply your bet, your win with 100. So how do you do that? Let me just start the machine here and let it run while I'm talking. Right, so the easiest way of getting the bonus wheels up here is that, I didn't get it, is to get 2 scatters. So 2 scatters awards times 4 win, but it also awards a spin on the outer wheel, the one we call the bonus wheel. You may get either a multiplier on what you already won on the grid, that's all these yellow multipliers, or you can get the pick and click, which is the star. If you get 3 scatters, then you get first a spin on the outer multiplier wheel, the bonus wheel, and once that is completed, you get another spin, but on the multiplier wheel inside. That's the case where you can actually get a super good multiplier in this game. There is also another way of triggering the multiplier wheel. That is if you fill the entire grid with the same symbol. I was close, but I didn't. Then you get paid the 5 lines to start with, but you also get a spin on the multiplier wheel, having the chance of getting those 5-line wins multiplied by up to 10. So that involves the max win of this game, the 8,000 times bet. You fill the entire grid with diamonds, that's a huge win in itself, but you're also awarded a multiplier. So you're going to get a minimum of times 2 on an already huge bet, but you can also get up to 10 times that bet. And in that case, that equals 8,000 times your bet. So that is the max exposure, quite easily explained. It is a very volatile game. There will be a fair amount of dead spins compared to like a 5x3 slot than you would be used to. The minimum win is your bet back. So there's no like half bet, quarter bet wins in this game. So I've gone through the scatters, I've gone through the bonus reels. Let's take a look at the pick and click, I guess, or just see it in action. I was hoping I was going to get it naturally. Oh, perfect. So either we're going to get the multiplier or the bonus wheel here. We got a multiplier of 5, which means that the base win of the scatters is 4 times bet. So you got like 20 times bet on that one, which is nice. Alright, the pick and click, as I was saying. So let's see if we can pick and click here. That is a good trigger. Come on, get pick and click now. Yes, it's about 50-50 that you get the pick and click game or you get the multiplier on the bonus wheel. So, as it says up here, you can get on the first level of the pick and click, you can get times 2 up to times 7 on each of these buttons. If you get the upgrade button, everything resets and you're going to get a higher level. Let's see what we're getting here. Okay, that's an early upgrade. I would have preferred to have more wins and then upgrade, but upgrade is still good. So now we're at times 3 up to times 15. Also an early upgrade. I'm not mad about it, but so now we're from 5 up to 100 times you bet. So now every click is good, unless I get thrown out by the X. No. Oh, yep. Missed it. So the pick and click it's very, very paying in this game. It's not a one where you usually get like 5 times your bet and then you're out. You usually get a lot more than that. So that's the pick and click. And also we have the more interesting one, because I mean you're looking for the diamonds at all times. So this is what you want. You're wanting the nil. No, this time no, didn't get it. But the max exposures, if I can get that in here. So you want this to happen. This is the most expensive thing in the game. Because now you already won 800 times your bet. And can you get it up there? Oh, okay. That's the minimum thing that can happen. That's the worst outcome in this case. Because the minimum outcome in the multiplier wheel is times 2. So we've won 1600 times bet as well. This is going to take a long time, so I'm just going to abort it here. That's the kind of win you want. But I mean, this is the best outcome in the game. That's what you're looking for. And also the diamonds are the most expensive thing in the game. That's also what you're looking for. So you've seen the scatter, you've seen the bonus wheel, you've seen the pick click, you've seen the multiplier wheel, you've seen the full grid win. And this is the game. It's volatile. It's fast-paced. You can play it really fast. I'll activate the quick spin here. And as you see, it's really fast. It's nothing happening, it just goes on. I think the spin time is under a second or something like that. Of course, this is only on the .com markets. Regulated markets would have to probably follow the 3-second rule, which is the basic one we've been playing so far. And that's the game. I hope you like it. Maybe I've won some achievements here as well. Maybe I can take a look at that and stop winning so much. So we have the achievements. Okay, I've done the Diamonds Are Forever, Scatter Madness, and Fruit Salad. So these achievement points, the little quick spin coins we have here, can be used in any game, not just this one. Can be used to pay for triggering the main feature of the game. Usually in the game that is the free spin, because that's the most obvious one. In this game there is no free spin, so we instead trigger a pick and click game, which has the kind of the same value chain as a free spin would have. So I can afford, how much can I afford? I have 18. Oh, nice. I can actually afford that one. That would give me a bet of 8, which is close to what I usually do. Let's try that one out. I'm going to get 2 scatters and a forced outcome of a bonus in this case. And these points, they can be used in other games as well to do similar ones. Similar triggers like the free spin. Alright, let's see. I've actually paid to get a 8 bet to see what I can get back here. Well, that's at least 10 times what I put in. That's a good thing. Anyway, thanks all for coming. We're having a questions and answers session now. So if you have any questions or comments or anything really, just write it in the chat. Lynn or I will be here to answer those questions immediately. And thank you for watching this, and see you soon.
Thank you, Bjarne, for a great introduction, and brilliant that you showcased achievements. It's a magnificent loyalty tool that adds an additional reward to the player. And as Bjarne said, the collected tokens can be used to trigger the bonus game in any other quickspin game that supports achievements. And if you would like to know more about this awesome tool, please contact your account manager or read more in our client area. I hope that you all feel that you've gotten the information you need, and feel free to give the game a spin in the client area, where you can play the game with all supported tools from Quickspin Promote. Diamond Duke will support the tools shown on the screen now. In the client area, you can, as always, download the media pack or check out the promotion video. Last but not least, I would like to tell you that we're always happy to help out with bespoke marketing material. So if we can be of any assistance, please contact me or our marketing coordinator, Anna Johnson. With that said, I would like to thank you and start the Q&A. So please add your questions to the chat and we will do our best to answer them.
Alrighty. Hello and welcome to my makeshift kitchen studio. So let's see, we have some questions here. Yeah, I'll just read them aloud because I guess not everyone sees them here. So someone's wondering what the biggest challenge was to working on this game. I'd say that it was the change we did technically to how we work with graphics. Mainly a change in our work pipeline, really, that the graphics artist and animator, most of all, had the possibility of a lot of larger control over the outcome of the game, and they weren't as dependent on the developers to wait to implement what they did. So we moved to a technical change that made them more in control of the final product, really. That was challenging, but I think it also worked out quite well. And here we have more questions.
You also got some nice feedback, Björn.
Oh, I like feedback, especially good one.
Thank you, Gabriel.
So from Meral, what do you like most about this game? When I started out making this game, I didn't really have that huge of a love for 3x3 games in general. But we modeled this mathematics into something that is weirdly both survivable and also really, really exciting. So I think the blend of, well, it's not as survivable as a less volatile game, obviously, but it really feels like you're losing, and then you're winning something huge, and you're back in the game. And so it's a lot of hills and valleys, really, about the game. That's what I fell in love with this math model. So I'm an avid 3x3 player now. And let's see here. So many questions that I have to scroll. I like it.
You have a question about the max exposure.
The max exposure. Yeah. It's 8,000 times bet, and I've heard that the expectations on a game like this is a lot lower. I've heard some operators say like, you probably, I guess, like 150 times bet or something like that. But no, it's doing the right combinations of especially diamonds, obviously because of the name, Diamond Duke, and the multipliers. You can get up to 8,000 times bet, which is a lot more than 150. I'm very good at math.
All right. Ulrika is wondering about your next game as well.
My next game is still not named, but it is. We have a math model that is, I feel, is really fun, and we still need to mold a little bit more. It is a 4096 ways game. It has expanding wilds, and it has a huge potential as well. I think it's actually comparable in potential and volatility to this game, which is really high. I think it might even have a higher exposure, but it's still being looked into. The theme is probably based around the Greek god of fire, so it's going to be a bit more mature than cuddly bears and pixies. It's got I really love the free spins game in that one. It's really, really exciting.
And we will get back to you on that game later.
Yes.
Sarah is wondering about the quick spin promote tools and which one of them you recommend.
Well, they're all available. All the features that we have for the promote is available for this game to start with. And it depends on what you want out of it to say which one you're going to use. So if you're going to boost the overall use of the game, then the tournaments is probably the best case. The challenges are very nice to just make people try more and try longer and really stick with the game. So I guess those two cases, but I mean, it really depends on what you want to get out of the game.
Brilliant. Since the max exposure is really high, just to learn more, is it higher than Sakura Fortune? I will have to double check that.
I don't remember what Sakura is actually. If that one is higher than 8,000, then no. Otherwise, yes.
We will double check. I will check that one while you answer the other question here. Are there any target markets for this game?
No, not really. We didn't set a target market because this is such an it's fairly wide. Well, not wide. It's very specific to certain types of players. It's more for high rollers, I'd say. People who want. If you want something that gives you a little back and you're more of an entertainment player, you're probably not going to like this game because it will frankly seem scary to you. So you're probably going to be someone who's really looking for those high-end wins and are available to not have many wins for a few rounds and then get something that's higher instead. So it is very spiky in its behavior. So because of this, we haven't set a specific market. What I've heard though is that the German market is going to like it. And by like it, I mean love it. That's what the feedback I've gotten from people. Because of the game style itself, but also the theme apparently. So that's good. But we didn't aim for a specific market now. We aimed for a player type.
All right. I have double checked the max exposure for Sakura, which is then 1023. So higher exposure in Diamond Duke.
1023.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, way higher than. I thought that was higher actually. Okay, you learn something every day.
Do we have any other questions? Yes, the game is released on May 12th.
May 12th, that's correct, yes.
Very quick. So if we don't have any more questions, I would like to thank you all for taking the time to look at this demo, and I hope you will enjoy the game once it's launched. And if you have any questions, you can always contact your account manager or me and Anna as well. So thank you for joining, and I wish you a pleasant Thursday afternoon.
Thanks for the great feedback.
And thank you, Björn. Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Bye. Bye.